Hello, I'm Tim and I have too many books. One of the many booktube events for March is March Mystery Madness. And this is the 9th year of March Mystery Madness, and the hosts, Lizzie Fay Loves Books and Troy Towell, have come up with a list of 9 prompts all about the number 9. I'm going to be doing a list of books which I've either read or are very much on my TBR. The first prompt is Dressed to the Nines. Have somebody dressed in their finery on the front cover of the book. I've chosen The Travel Returns by Patricia Wentworth. This is the 9th of her Miss Silver books, published in 1945. In this book, Lady Anne Jocelyn returns to England from Nazi-occupied France, having been believed dead during the war. Yes, Patricia Wentworth's Miss Silver is often compared to Agatha Christie's Miss Marple, and that is not always a favourable comparison. Often Miss Silver's stories are seen as a little bit too sensational. The next prompt is 999. A British mystery. 999 is the telephone number you ring for emergencies in the UK. I've chosen Child's Play by Reginald Hill. This is the 9th Dalziel and Pascoe novel. This series of books is one that I intend constantly to get back to. It was a popular television series starring Warren Clarke and Colin Buchanan as Chief Superintendent Andy Dalziel and Sergeant and later Inspector Peter Pascoe. Apparently some of these books get a little bit strange. We don't always catch the villain, we sometimes miss important clues, and there's even apparently a short story which is set on the moon, where our detective heroes solve a murder. The next prompt is 9 Lives, a book with a cat on the cover. Well, I think I can do a little bit better than just a cat on the cover. So how about Clause and Effect by Rita Mae Brown and Sneaky Pie Brown. This is a book co-authored by the author's cat. Now, you may know the name Rita Mae Brown from her classic 1970 book Ruby Fruit Jungle, which is about a lesbian's awakening in the late 60s, early 70s. It is something of a classic and I would definitely recommend reading it. Clause and Effect is the 9th Mrs. Murphy mystery, written in 2001. It centres around Mrs. Murphy, who is a cat, a tiger cat, and she's helped by her human Mary Minor Harristine, known as Harry, to solve mysteries, along with some other animal companions. There was actually a Mrs. Murphy TV movie made by Disney in 1999, starring Ricky Lake as Harry. Now, I know plenty of cat owners who attribute human behaviour to their cats. Not many of them go quite so far as to co-author books with their cats, but, you know, I'm hardly going to sneer at it. These books are in print, they seem to be well received on Goodreads, they have nice book covers, and they're also available as audiobooks. And while that isn't a guarantee of quality, it at least tells you that somebody likes these books. The fourth prompt is 911, which is the American emergency telephone number, and this prompt is supposed to be about firefighters or emergency medical personnel. I immediately thought of books like Christiana Brand's Green for Danger or P.D. James's Shroud for a Nightingale, but it didn't kind of fit the pattern I wanted, and also those are British books and you really want an American book for an American telephone number. So I've chosen Till Death by Ed McBain. This is the 9th book in the 87th Precinct series, written in 1959. The sister of one of the detectives from the 87th Precinct is getting married, and it is discovered that there might be a murderer among the wedding guests, and the 87th Precinct detectives have a race against time to find out who it might be. The fifth prompt is one for Janelle. Janelle was one of the long-time hosts of March Mystery Madness and ran the channel Too Fond of Books. She was extremely supportive of many booktubers. She said some very nice things about one of my early videos, and we did bounce a couple of comments between ourselves, and she always seemed to be very friendly and approachable and, as I said, supportive. I've chosen A Caribbean Mystery by Agatha Christie from 1964. Agatha Christie was a favourite author of Janelle's. In this book, Miss Marple is sent to a Caribbean island to recuperate from a recent illness, and of course, murder will out. The sixth prompt is 9 Patch, which is a quilting term, and they want a quilt on the cover of the books for this prompt. I have to admit my ignorance here, because up until I read this prompt I had no idea that quilting mysteries were an entire subgenre to themselves, and there are an awful lot of quilting mysteries. In my research, one book that jumped out at me was Rest in Pieces by Elizabeth Spann Craig. This is the 9th in her Southern Quilting Mysteries. In this book, our protagonist has recently got married and is once again embroiled in a mystery. The 7th prompt is a book with 9 in some way on the cover. And I've chosen the 9th book in Dorothy L. Sayers' Lord Peter Wimsey Mysteries, called The 9 Tailors, written in 1934. The 9 Tailors of the title are a set of church bells, and we are dealing with the machinations of the bell ringers in a small parish in Lincolnshire. In the next couple of weeks I might be reading 2 of Dorothy L. Sayers' Lord Peter Wimsey Mysteries, and I might just add this one into the mix. According to one article I read about this book, The 9 Tailors is supposed to be Dorothy L. Sayers' finest literary achievement. The next prompt is to read the 9th book in the series. You may already have noticed that all my picks so far have been the 9th book in the series. So this one, I wanted to pick something that I found rather interesting. Edith Pargeter, who wrote as Ellis Peters, is probably best known for her Brother Cadfael mysteries, set during the chaos of the Civil War between King Stephen and Queen Maud. But before Brother Cadfael, she wrote a number of contemporary mysteries under the name of Felse Investigations. And the 9th book in the Felse Investigations is Mourning, Raga. The Felse mysteries centre around George Felse and his son Dominic. Sometimes the books just involve George, sometimes they involve Dominic, or sometimes they involve both of them. In this book from 1969, Dominic and his girlfriend have to escort a teenage Indian heiress back to India. The last prompt is any other 9, where you select a mystery with some kind of 9 connection. I've chosen the 1999 V.I. Warshawski book, Hard Time. Written by Sara Paretsky, this is the 9th V.I. Warshawski book. I always want people to read more V.I. Warshawski because I think she's a very interesting author. And V.I. Warshawski is a really great character. Most of my choices so far have been fairly cosy mysteries. V.I. Warshawski is a fairly hard-boiled character, and in this book she gets involved in the private security and prison business. And although written 25 years ago, the prison industrial complex, as it's known, is still something that many people are worried about in the United States. So that's my selection for March Mystery Madness 2024. I hope you've enjoyed it. I will be looking out for everybody else's books. If you found any of these books useful or interesting, please let me know in the comments, and please like and subscribe. Bye.